Well, as I see the investigation is hitting new levels. Now, Donald Trump was basically taking money from the inauguration, saying that it was for vendors and basically just putting it in his pocket. I mean, it's not surprising that Donald Trump would do anything of this nature, but what I come to realize is that Donald Trump and all of his supporters don't realize is this is going to be. I don't believe that we could have a single payer system in the next administration if it wasn't for Donald Trump. But I believe couldn't get because the country wasn't that liberal. I think we're going to get that because we're electing people that are just unfannable, just unthinkable liberals that just would not have won just 4 years ago. That just would not have won. Cortez, there's no way Cortez would have won before Trump. There's absolutely no way that Cortez be the future of the Democratic Party, and I mean all the way to the White House. Wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for Donald Trump. And I think that's going to be one of the weird byproducts is that Donald Trump continuously says we're going to drain the swamp, we're going to drain the swamp. And with this investigation, he aligned himself with every crooked politician in Washington, and where these people normally wouldn't have gotten called. These people, I mean, look at this. The guy who helped Nixon become president went down because of Trump. He lived through Nixon, helped Nixon become president, but he went down because of Trump. I mean, Trump said he was going to drain the swamp. I don't think this is what he meant, but this is what we're getting. We're actually draining the swamp. And by the end of it, we're going to have wiped out so many crooked politicians. And look, I'm liberal. Like, I make no bones about it. I'm liberal. But how liberal the country is going to go, I've always said that I thought Bill Clinton was the most liberal president. I know a lot of people said that they felt like Obama was a liberal, and I always said Obama wasn't a liberal. Obama was the guy who gave the speech. It's not about red states, it's not about blue states, it's about the United States. Bill Clinton would have never said anything like that, right? Bill Clinton would have never said anything like that. He was a hardline Democrat, right? And I'm not saying Obama wasn't a hardline Democrat, but I am saying that his willingness to negotiate, because no matter what you want to believe or what you think, Obamacare was a negotiation, right? He wanted a single payer system, but he realized the votes weren't there. I think because of Trump, a single payer system, the votes will be there in 2 more years. In 2 more years, I think we will see a single payer healthcare system, and it will be because of Trump, because we're going to elect the Democrats. I think are going to take the Senate, take the House, and they're going to have a supermajority, and they're going to viciously pass legislation because they know that they probably only got 2 years before the Republicans will get back one of the chambers. And they're going to viciously pass the single-payer health care system. Is it going to get challenged in the Supreme Court? Yeah, and, Trump definitely took the Supreme Court conservative. I don't think people are even comprehending, though. It is far likely that that the next president will most likely, obviously be a Democrat. Or could we see something out of the box? Could we see the Starbucks guy become the president as an independent? I mean, that's something I would definitely like to see. I would like to see us finally put an independent in the White House. But I tell you what, I don't think we could have ever been where we are, where people like Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren up the front of the party for the Democrats and actually be viable choices look, there's a large group of people in this country that would vote for this ashtray, me included, who before they would vote for Trump, right? So I'm literally going to vote for not The Rock, but A Rock before I vote for Trump. So I don't really think that Trump has a snowball's chance in hell of getting reelected, even if he makes it that far, because obviously that breaks the whole new question. Like with all these investigations, I don't see any fucking way he'll even want to run again, unless he wants to run it to basically save his hide, because there is no way he's going to come out the other side of this. I think what we're going to see is the most liberal takeover because of Donald Trump. It's just a crazy thought I have. The more I've been watching all these investigations unrolling, the more I said, people have been looking at this a lot different. Like they think this is most conservative, but this is a conservative only in name only, because he doesn't have a conservative agenda, right? I mean, for instance, he's really done nothing for the conservative agenda. He's done absolutely nothing. It's not because maybe he doesn't want to. It's because he's not capable. The man is incapable of passing legislation. I know a lot of people will point to the tax bill, but I think when we get a supermajority, that will quickly, easily be overturned. I think you're going to see Trump's accomplishments are really going to mount up to nothing when once the Democrats take over, or the next president. I think you're going to get the most liberal, the level that will follow Donald Trump. Mark my words on that. You can take that to the bank, because I don't think Obama was the liberal that everybody. I always thought Bill Clinton was more liberal than Obama. I think the candidate that follows Donald Trump will be, we're Democrats, fuck the Republicans. It will be that kind of aggressiveness. If you didn't vote for us, fuck you, go to hell, suck a dick. That's what you're going to get. It's going to be fuck you. It's going to be the same kind of rhetoric that you actually get with Donald Trump about the people who didn't support him. You're going to get that from a liberal side, and it's going to be fierce. And the thing is, I think a lot of the country that isn't really considered to be liberal will jump on board just because, at least for 2 years, which is the 2 years that they'll have the supermajority, and they're going to take this country to a very, very liberal place that it never could have went. Cortez would not have won if it wasn't for Donald Trump. There's no fucking way. She'd have been seen as far, far, far to left. Anybody who's had success talking about Medicaid for all, anybody talking about single-payer healthcare system for all, and abolishing privately owned insurance companies, anybody talking that way could not have talked that way before Donald Trump. All right, God bless each and every one of you. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and of course, ring that bell for all the notifications.